Guys, welcome back to House of Chi Yoga. Today I'm going to get right into it. We're going to film a whole HIIT series class, which means 4 rounds, 6 exercises. We've got 40 seconds high intensity, 20 seconds of just holding low intensity. So really use that 40 seconds of our movement to build the heart rate, to get a sweat on, to build some muscle. Use the 20 seconds to bring it all down and get ready for the next round. So let me show you our 6 movements real quickly. We're going from a hips distance stance, stepping back to a lunge, and you're staying low in your lunge to step forward and then up for your squat jump. So make sure you're going back to lunge, staying low, exploding up. You're not coming lunge, stepping, standing, and then awkwardly trying to find a jump. It's just low, flat back, push, low, flat back, push. 40 seconds there, 20 seconds break, and then you're moving on to some abs. So you can keep the knees bent to a 90 if you want to. I'm going to take my legs long to start. The most important thing here is to make sure navel is to the spine. If you feel like the back is coming up into a little bit of an arch, you're not hitting those deep ab muscles. So we want to squeeze in, draw everything to the spine, and then you take a hollow hold. You can go single knee tucks, you can go double knee tucks, or if you're just keeping the knees bent, it's going to be more of just the upper body crunching. Hoi, that's going to be tricky for 4 rounds. Okay, 20 seconds, and then you're moving on to the next one. This one's a little tricky too. I like to tuck my toes under. This is a lot of work on the quads. It's very good for the knee joints, but we want to make sure that we're using the abdominals to hold stable. We're using the hip and the glute muscles. We're staying in our quad muscles. So everything here is closed off. I'm pressing my hips forward. I'm hugging them in. I'm feeling the glutes firing up, and then I'm leaning back. So nothing here is open. It's all closed and strong. Now my arms are coming out, and I'm circling through the shoulder girdle. So really, really strong in the core. Every time I make a circle, it feels like a little baby crunch. That's what I want you to feel. If your arms are circling forward, just make sure you're trying to keep them in line with the shoulder. If you feel like you're starting to lean forward a little bit, try to hold on the way back so the quads are working the whole time. Whee, that one's gonna burn. Okay, then we're moving straight up to quick feet. So you have 20 seconds to breathe, to transfer back up to the feet. Your quick feet is just pure cardio. You're just staying nice and light, popping up, spreading the toes wide, just staying really active, really quick on the feet. 20 seconds rest. Next. Feet are going out to a 45, so you want to keep this wide stance. You want to drive the knees open, roll the inner thighs up. Now, if you feel like you're kind of struggling to stay stable here, you can turn the toes in a little bit more. You can also bring the feet in a little bit closer as well. So I'm going to plant, I'm going to hinge. So notice I'm not rounding through my back here. I'm keeping a nice long spine, tucking my ribs in, keeping my inner thighs rolled up. I'm hinging, pulling the hips back. I'm going to actively row using my back muscles, and then come up and squeeze forward. So I'm kind of mimicking holding a weight. If you do have some dumbbells, you can also hold your dumbbells here, but it's just a really active squeeze in the back muscles if you don't have dumbbells, and a really active push and squeeze through the hips. So imagine the top of the butt line, the scapula pulling towards the spine, all that's working. Then, it's getting really hot in the studio. Then you have 20 seconds, and we're moving on to our last one. We're going to bring our hands down to the mat, step it to a wide plank. Remember, shift forward, so shoulders are over wrists. The right foot goes outside right pinky. Your hand can either tap to the knee, or you can kick all the way through and tap to the toes. And then left foot outside left pinky, either tap to the knee or all the way through to the toes. So I'm stepping back to a plank each time. You can also step back towards a downward facing dog if you don't want to hold plank. Definitely try to get at least 2 rounds stepping back to plank, not doing the downward facing dog the whole 4 rounds. And also for that one, the most important thing here is to protect this planted shoulder. So as I'm going to take my right foot and step it out. As my palm comes up and I rotate, I'm going to make sure this planted shoulder follows. It opens. I have lots of space in the chest. So I just want to make sure I'm not curling the shoulder in. I'm opening. I'm expressing down the side body into the back muscles. I'm using the core. So if you feel like you have some tension on that shoulder of the bottom palm, make sure you're rotating it open, you're transferring to the back body. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start our timer. We've got 30 seconds. And if you haven't done a warm-up yet, go ahead and click on one of the warm-up videos. It's super warm in this studio, and my body's already pretty warm, so I'm going to go right into it. If you feel like you need a little warm-up, though, you can take a little video break. Or you just take this first round a little bit easier than you normally would. 10 seconds. The first round is always the hardest to get through, for me at least. So I always take it a little slower. Okay, we're starting at the top of the mat. A lot of cardio, so stick with your breathing. We're going lunge, jump up into a squat. Working on staying nice and light in the toes, being explosive off the toes, and remember to breathe. Notice if the back is rounding, or not to round too much. It's a quick movement. Where are we at? 15 seconds. Oh, glorious round one. We've got 5. Try to hit at least one more each side. Hi. Okay, I'm warm. Let's take it on the back. We're going into our ab crunch. If you want to go farther with your ab crunches, you can always hold a weight here. You could even transfer the weight from the hands to the feet. That'll really get the abs working. Remember, most important thing, navel to spine, the low back stays down. I'm going to take my first round with a little single leg crunch. Hollow hold. Don't release the top abdominals, the rib cage. Keep it all in and active. Dang, it is definitely summer here in Reading now. You're over halfway. Got about 10 seconds. Try to hit 2 more each side. Make sure you're squeezing. 2, last one. Go for doubles and take it through. Okay, 20 seconds. You're switching to your quad lean. If you feel like you're getting tension in the low back on this one, you gotta tuck into your core. If you feel like you're getting tension on the knees, squeeze the hips, squeeze the leg muscles. Okay, we're focused on the big muscles here. All right, abs in, I'm holding, and then I'm spiraling through the shoulder girdle. Each time I spiral, it's just a little baby crunch in the core. Doesn't mean I'm loosening my ab muscles, just means I'm going farther with that crunch. Hi-ya! Feel the quads, feel the core. Squeeze your butt muscles, you're halfway. Check in with the arms, you want to keep them in line with the shoulders so that when you're finding that circle, it's going all the way 360 around the shoulder girdle. Where I got 10 seconds. 3, I'm gonna lean back a little farther. 2, and 1. And come out of it. Hi, quad burn. Take it up. Now it's pure cardio, quick feet. You're moving quick. You are staying light on your feet. You're trying to get the heart rate up very high on this one. Less than 10 seconds. You can give a little shake out. Hi, 3, 2, abs in. Stay strong through your core as you're doing these quick feet. You don't want to let the body just hang loose. Everything's in and tight. Faster, 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 faster. Try not to let those heels touch the ground. And keep the feet wide if you can. If you feel like your feet start walking to center, re-engage them out. Hiya, 15 seconds. 10. 5, almost there. 2, and 1. Okay, we're going into that wide goddess stance. Anytime I'm counting with the quick feet, my body can't count and do quick feet at the same time. I don't know why that's so difficult for me. Heel to toe planted. You got your 45. Sink it down. Remember, knees are not going in. You're rolling them out. You're holding with your butt muscle. Abs are nice and strong. When you hinge, you engage into the back body and then press the hips forward. Think about squeezing through the butt muscles on the way up. I really focus on that connection of my foot down to the floor as I come up to lift. I want to make sure I'm using my butt muscles to come up. If you have a mirror by you or a partner, someone that can check in on your spine here, you want to be nice, long, flat back with the ribs closed. Where are we at? We're almost done with this one. Got about 5 seconds. Try to hit 2 more. Hips front, hips back. 2, 1. Okay, next one is our plank, and then you get a minute break for round 1. I feel like I'm sitting in a hot box here today. Might be time to start filming earlier in the morning. Got a few seconds. So remember, if you're starting In round one, if you want to start from a downward facing instead of a plank, feel free to, but I want you to eventually get to that plank position, not do all 4 rounds all the way to downward facing dog. You can either bring the knee through, that's a really good crunch there for the core, stabilize your shoulder, the one that's staying planted, that palm, make sure you're opening up that front shoulder. I'm just going knee kick through for this one, and then I'm going to take it up and do a foot kick through next time. Check in with your core. If you are doing the plank position, you don't want the hips falling lower than the shoulders. So make sure the abs stay in and up. Let's hit one more each side. And we're there. I'm going to get rid of this last 20 seconds here. I can. Okay, we have 1 minute. We're doing the exact same movements. Try not to drink water in between unless you really need it. You just want the heart rate to come down a little bit. Maybe get a little sweat rag. Stick with the same movements for 4 rounds. We want to get the muscle burnout. We want to get that high repetition.